Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use all the new features. I'm going to start with map settings because they all branch out of this. So, I never really went over this, but the special round zombies are all in here. This will be expanded soon. Boss zombies are all in here, this will be expanded soon, but these are only those types you can select for that. Starting weapon has been changed to the 1911, as you have all seen. That weapon is not meant for you to use it, by the way. It's just there so the game mode doesn't crash if you don't select anything here. You're still meant to pick something here, but if you don't, the game won't crash. So this setting is the base number of spawns that your game will have. This is if you so this behavior right here is normal NZ behavior. However, you can make there more spawns per round, but this plus this must equal this. And these are relatively the same, but you can increase the number of things that spawn based on the number of players. These two are known to be very buggy, but this section should work. So, the zombie type. So, Kinder der Toten is the default. That's the usual Nazi zombies, but you can pick any enemy from this list that will spawn in the green default spawns. So, that's these. Things that you have in these is what will come out of that. So, if you set this to 5, then the 5 zombies will come out of that. The HUD. You can pick anything from this list, but you must press submit before it changes. Before you do that, though, make sure you go in here, remove all, and then put some smaller category, or your game will lag for a good several minutes. So if I go to HUD select, by default it is Origins from Black Ops 2, but let's say I want to put it to Killing Floor. I press submit. Now it's the Killing Floor logo. The perk machine skins, there's only Original and Infinite Warfare. So I don't have these models installed right now, so it'll be an error when I spawn it, but if I spawn a double tap, or I'll spawn a Juggernog. This is the Black Ops Juggernog. If I go into map settings, actually let me put that back down, and then go in map settings, and then change this to Infinite Warfare, nothing changes, because this was already placed. This will only update when you actually start a game, or when you replace them properly. So you need to get rid of this. Select this to Infinite Warfare, click Submit, and then go to spawn. This is going to be an error because I have this add-on disabled, but this will not be an error if you have the required add-on enabled. So the mystery box skins, you have to have this equipped before you set the spawn point. So for example, if I make a bunch of these, and then I go in here and I change this to Dead Space, they do not update. They will not update unless you replace them properly. So you need to have this setting on what you want. So let's put it on Dead Space, and then go to here, and it will place these little thingies that are for the Dead Space box. If you place them and then change the type, then it will mix them. So the base will be this, but then if I go in here and change this to Mob of the Dead, then it will spawn the Mob of the Dead lid on top of these and look like trash. Do not do that. Alright, the dynamic enemy placer setup. So, this is the wave the first extra enemy will appear on. So it's round 20 by default, because by default, on round 20, 10 Hellhounds spawn. This is the enemy type, and this is the ratio. This is to the round. So if it's round 20, 10 will spawn because it's this times this. If it's round 22, then it's 22 divided by 0.5, and it rounds down. So if it's round 40, this will spawn 20 Hellhounds. These are by default 0 and none, so nothing spawns, but you can set up all 4 of them. They can all start on the same round. They can all start on different rounds. The only thing they cannot do is they cannot all start on round 1. You have to have at least round 2 or beyond for them all to start. And then if you want to do spawns that start when you turn the power on, you simply have to put this to -1. So with this setting, when you turn the power on, the current round divided by half is what will spawn. So if you turn the power on round 4, 2 Hellhounds will spawn. I'll put that back to 20. And when you do this, when you set the -1 spawns for the power, Those do not use the dynamic spawns, those use these. So if you set it to -1, make sure you have these placed. If you set it to -1 and you only have these, then your wave will get stuck and nothing will spawn. So, to show some proof of, oh, actually, we can go over this first. So the anti-cheat, if enabled, when a player leaves an area that is not nav meshed, and you can see the nav mesh. So if I was playing right now and I stepped here, then it would give me a message saying you're going to be teleported for being a cunt. And if you do not come back before it finishes, it will teleport you back. You can change the delay with this setting. You can change if it cares if you crouch jump. You can change a lot of things. This is if it warns them, because if you turn this off, it will just teleport you and not warn you. This has not been changed. So the custom sounds. So how this works is you do add sound, and then this is Gary's Mod add-ons. Some folder sound is the path. There must be a sound folder for it to read them. So see, there's some random sounds I have in my sound folder, like this is the headshot sound. Black Ops 3. If you go in, let's see, what's another one I have around here? Where's N? Actually, no, where's Halo? What's in here? Nothing. What? Give me some noises. There we go. Okay, I don't know what this is, but that's some Halo sound from the Covenant thing. So, if you wish to use this with your own sounds, you're going to need to use Audacity. So here's the base one that comes with the game mode. It has all the default sounds in it. And then here is a custom folder I have. So with this sound, that will play when the round starts if I do add. To make that sound, you have to follow Gary's Mod's specific sound rules. So in Audacity, the project rate in the bottom left needs to be 4410. When you do file export, you must select 16-bit, WAV. If you put anything higher than 16, Gary's Mod will either fart an error or refuse to read it. If you do not make the project rate 4410, then it will also be static or fart an error. You need to follow those rules or your sounds will not work. You also need to follow the folder structure I mentioned. So now for round end, let's see what's some other random sound. A leaper. Some Dead Space noises. I'll do the sound of a leaper die when the round ends. No spoiler, but new enemy Kappa. Okay, so submit. It's gonna hang for a second. Make sure it's saved. You can go back, see NZR, oh hell no. Leaper DS Pain. Okay, so that means that's a leaper dying. The eye color. This is the color of the zombie's eyes. This can be anything on this spectrum. So if you want their eyes to be bright ass yellow, submit. Then you go to spawn a test zombie. His eyes are now this disgusting yellow. The presets are back in the selectable window. So there is Yavagadra, Richtofen, Samantha, and the Warden. The box light, this is the box that comes up from the light when it is present. So if I go to this, there's default Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is orange, default is blue. You can make it any color you want. So if you make it pink, then it will be pink. I don't have a box to show you, and there's no box light in creative mode. The Wonder Fizz perks. Every new perk added is enabled by default. So notice how Napalm Nectar is enabled by default. Vigor Rush is enabled by default, because everything is enabled by default. If you do not want these in your config, for example, if you want to put it on the server, you need to manually disable them. So now that that's done, let's load up a config and see how that shit works. Don't scare. Alright, so these are dynamic enemy placer 1. These are special spawns. And I believe these are 2. And the normal zombies are in here. And here's some mystery boxes. These are the Mob of the Dead base. So if I go here, custom sounds, I set this up earlier, so here I need to do this again. I need to go back to, where's Mr. Leaper? There's Mr. Leaper. It takes a second to load all the time, don't worry about it. Death. Add. Sure. Okay. So, notice how this says -1. Remember, that's to get them to appear when the power is turned on. This will not work on round 1. So if you turn the power on round 1, they will not start spawning until round 2. Round 2 and beyond, the next round, they will start spawning. So with this setup, I have when power on, hellhounds will spawn double the wave. So if I turn the power on round 2, then there will be 4 hellhounds. And I have after round 2, so it's after this round. It's not this round, it is after this round. So after round 2, 10 or 5 times the round will spawn. So I'll make this round 1 for brevity's sake. And then I have nothing set up for the rest of these. So submit. So with that set up, nothing is going to spawn here because remember, I did the power thing. So those hellhounds are going to spawn here. The pentagon zombies will spawn here. Nothing will spawn here, and the normal zombies will spawn there, which I believe are origin zombies. Yes. And then for the custom sounds I just showed you, and the box color, this is the zombie eyes. The zombie eyes I will make bright ass, or no, I'll make them green. Inside joke time. The box color I will make bright ass pink. And I've been spawning with the same gun for like a month, so let's do not that. Give me a mare's leg. So then file save. And then ba-da-ba. So notice how the box's light is pink as I selected in there. This will obviously only be the boxes there, like it's supposed to. Let me open this so it doesn't lag. So there is the sound that I selected in the sound chooser. Yeah, this gun fucking sucks. Holy shit, this gun is ass. Why did I make this gun so ass? Bad gun aside, so notice how there's nothing spawning here, there's no hellhounds, and there is no pentagon zombies. Oh my god. So I'm gonna turn the power on. So now next round, the hellhounds will spawn right here, and the pentagon zombies will also spawn over here. You need to die. Oh, and his eyes are green. I almost forgot. Holy shit, this gun is ass. Alright, and then that played the leaper screaming. That was kind of ear rape, but don't worry about it. Oh, I got the super bug. Nope, give me. So notice how the hellhounds are spawning, and you didn't die from that? Okay. So there's hellhound spawning, there's pentagon zombies, and there is normal zombies. There we go. So there's the origin zombies here. The hellhounds, I killed 3 of them, but you're still alive. We can fix that. You can put down. And the pentagon zombies are over here. Notice how there is a lot more zombies than usual on round 2. The dynamic enemy spawns are not affected by the max count or anything else. So those spawns will ignore the max zombie spawn. Normally there is not 26 zombies on round 2 unless you have some whack-ass scaling. Oh, and for proof of concept, I will show you the mystery box thing really quick that it works. Where if you use a multi-level PAP gun, like my weapons, so this is my G11 a level 1 upgrade. Get out of my way. This is not an error. You can buy ammo for it. Doesn't reload your gun, but it buys ammo for it. Upgrade it again. Same thing. You buy ammo for it. You can buy a different gun. There was the semi-ear rape sound of the leaper dying. And that should be all. Good luck. Oh, and see, they are still spawning. They don't stop after 1 round. They will continue to spawn once the condition has been met. So now there is a whole ass 40 zombies on round 3. This would be a hellscape if I was not in an open area. Alright, but yes, good luck. that's how you use all of them. If you have any questions, I can make a small, I guess, sequel to this. If there's any questions, this is not showing you how to use the basic tools that have been around forever. This is only the new mechanics and new tools.